Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Birdies and Bourbon Show. Thank you so much for joining us on YouTube or on the podcast. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button below. We'd love it when you subscribe. That way you're getting notifications every time we have a new video. Make sure you like and comment. We want to hear what you like and what you don't like about the show and what you want to hear more about and what Cal gets wrong. We want to hear all that stuff. Today, Cal, guess what we're talking about?
Well, I think it's about my diet. Actually, it's not my diet. It's somebody else's diet. And
so today,
Oscars.
We're talking today. Everybody is picking on Bryson DeChambeau for gaining weight. They do not understand what's going on. They do not like the weight gain. They do not like these long drives that are not hitting fairways. But I'll tell you one thing right now. If we see this in another industry and somebody is this committed to their craft, they're generally getting an award for it. So
all right.
The question is, does Bryson DeChambeau deserve an Oscar? And then, what is the Oscar of golf? I think it's the green jacket. But let's get into it. What are your thoughts on Bryson DeChambeau in terms of this weight gain, and does he deserve an Oscar?
Absolutely, he deserves an Oscar. We'll call it the green jacket. I mean, I don't know. Go ahead. Is he the Heath Ledger of Batman? Is he a Joker?
Yeah.
People are laughing, and I don't know if they're laughing, but they're definitely making fun of it. And it's like, what? Hold on. I mean, it's definitely a routine. And it's definitely unorthodox, and it's out of pocket. But, hey, he's not Jack Nicklaus. He is Jack Nicholson. He's going for multiple Oscars, not multiple majors.
Well, I mean, in terms of weight gain, right? So a lot of times you'll see these guys gain weight for these roles, and it's just like, I mean, we're having a lot of fun here today. We're having fun with this. And Bryson, he is the talk of the town in terms of the PGA Tour right now. We talked about it the other day on the pod that people are kind of pissed. I mean, Max Homa is saying, well, shouldn't hitting fairways be more important?
No, hey, Homa, not if you're winning tournaments. Just bomb it and win.
Yeah. And then you got Kisner saying that, well, maybe he needs to get more hobbies. I got kids, that kind of thing.
He needs
People
kids.
Are generally pissed. They're pissed.
Yeah. Well, because
go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Sorry.
I don't think Bryson understands that people think he's a villain. I think he just says, I want to look at this differently. I want to go out there and play. I want to go play like I want to play. And I think I can do better than everybody else. I think he thinks he's Arnold Palmer and that he's changing the game of golf.
Can you argue that he's not changing? No. He is definitely not Arnold Palmer. Yet.
So is Bryson introducing what, and I'm not a basketball guy at all in terms of just knowing the sport. I like the sport. I'm not a huge fan of it, but is Bryson's drive the new 3-point shot? Meaning it wasn't as relevant in the earlier days of basketball as it is now. And now it's so relevant, right? Is the new drive 350 yards? And if you can't have that on your team and your set of skills, you really don't stand a chance out there anymore.
We didn't, not that we planned this, but I'm going to go into just throw it out there. Why doesn't the par 5 now become a par 4? They talk about making the golf course longer and you need real estate. So why don't you just tell them, hey, for the pros, if you're playing from the tips, your par 5 just became a par 4. And if you can't hit it that far, then they're playing 20, they're under every round for the past 3. And it's kind of crazy that they're scoring that low. And it's like, how do we make it better with technology? Well, technology is you just lower the score for the hole. I mean, it's like, why is that an issue? It's like 2 + 2 is still 4. But, hey, man, par is whatever you make it. And somebody just made it par. And nobody's changed par in a long time.
That's a good point. So to talk about changing his role, I mean, Bryson has gained a ton of weight, right? Is he the Ryan Reynolds? Ryan Reynolds gained 25 pounds to play Trinity Blade, and then he kept it on for Green Lantern. Tom Hardy, Bane.
Batman's arch enemy. Oh, yeah.
Hey, I want to see the Bane picture of Bryson. Please send that to me.
I want to get to the one I'm most, but it's we got to do a side by side. I want to get to Clint Eastwood. I want to get to American Sniper and Bradley Cooper gaining 40 pounds to play the sniper Kyle.
Chris Kyle,
Chris Kyle, excuse me. Yeah. I mean, how awesome is that? And I mean, like, Eastwood's the chairman of the board for Pebble Beach.
Yeah.
And how much better does it get?
Yep. Absolutely. And you put on here also that De Niro gained 60 pounds for Raging Bull, which I call bull on, but that's fine.
No. That is not bullshit. That is not bullshit. If you watch Raging Bull, you don't even have to watch it. Fast forward through Raging Bull, and it's Raging Bull in his later years. So he was boxing, but then when he was an old man, he actually gained the weight to do the the after scene. Watch late in the movie.
Gotcha. And then I would say other guys bulking up for these roles. D'Onofrio gained 70 pounds for Full Metal Jacket. That's huge.
For all the devil dogs out there, Full Metal Jacket coming in hot.
And then Mcconaughey, your boy, all right. Is that trademark? If it is, hey, trademark by Mcconaughey.
Trademark.
He won the Oscar for Dallas Buyers Club. He lost 38 pounds. So he pulled a weight loss there. Yeah.
So here's going to be the trigger is how do we keep track of this? I know how we keep track of it, but think about how Bison is going to evolve through his career, and he's going to continue to gain or maintain weight. And then he's going to get to a point. I mean, we saw it. We talked about it with Tiger. We talked about it with Woodland. Look at Lee Westwood. That's probably not on the juice anymore, and he's losing weight now. Or he's not as big as he was. And how do we get back to, when does Bryson start to put a little more finesse into it than he is power? And I think it's a fine line, right? I mean, I don't know how you walk it. I haven't figured out the golf swing yet, so what do I know? But I mean, and I've seen your swing. You've definitely figured it out, and you're still gaining weight. So I mean, how can it be better? But how do we get to the point to where he's hit his peak and he's, because eventually doesn't the scientific part has to get figured out eventually, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But so let's get back to this for a second. He's gained all this weight. The trophy is that little green jacket in Augusta.
Well, actually, it's not going to be that little.
That big green jacket.
It's the Incredible Hulk man coming, or is it the Grinch?
Ooh, no, I think the Hulk's better. The Hulk's much better.
I know, but I mean, you heard him the other day yelling at the guy like, "Hey, man, the camera guy?" He was yelling at, "Hey, can't you just let me hit my golf shot? I mean, what are you doing over here in my face?" Like, Hey, so it's definitely it's wearing on him. It's going to be interesting to see how. So you've got the stress of training, you got the stress of eating, you got the stress of hitting balls, and then you wind up at a point to where now you're tournament, and I think he's grinding way too hard, man. I think don't mean it negatively at all, and I like what he's doing. But I think there's a lot of things going on in this 25-year-old's head that what does that look like at 26 or 36 or 46? I mean, this could be it could be rough, man. Really could be rough. I hope it's not.
No, I hope not too. So that green jacket, that's the goal for Bryson. And you know what? I'm really commending what he's doing here for the PGA Tour. He is the talk of the town. And you know what? He is changing the game. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, if he gets those irons right, I don't see how you're going to beat him. So good. Hey, hats off to you, Bryson. Thank you for doing what you're doing, buddy. Keep your head high. I know there's a lot of people picking on him. I don't like it. I don't like the people picking on him just because he's a 25-year-old, 26-year-old kid, and he's out there and he's in top 10 like every week. every week. Like, oh my gosh, this kid's playing lights out. Leave him alone. You know, just root for him. Anyway,
but that's
he deserves an Oscar. He deserves an Oscar.
Hilary Swank.
Hilary Swank. All right, guys, we got to wrap this up. Cheers. Hey, make sure you like and subscribe, and we will see you next time. All right, cheers.